You're fine.
Nicely done, Commander. That ship is now officially under XCOM control.
Hang in there, soldier. This fucking guy always gets injured.
Will he be okay, Doctor?
Yes, I believe he'll recover.
The cybernetic interfaces are holding stable, but they're of no use without a cybersuit to interface with. I suggest we manufacture one immediately. When our new mech trooper equips that suit, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with its capabilities.
What can you do with soldiers who have shit stats, terrible skill tree, or simply if you don't want to wait 1.5 months until they can fight again? The answer is quite simple. Mechs are the backbones of a good squad composition. They deal very good damage. They can take a hit, even from the stronger aliens. They have many cool gadgets at their disposal. They can provide high cover for the rest of the squad, and if you are lucky with the random skills, they can become a true force of nature.
Damn, son.
The cost of one mech is relatively high, but this is exactly why I have been farming Meld non-stop. The aliens also deployed mechs of their own. They deal massive damage. And their shield can be a pain in the ass to deal with, but if you hit them with a good old chemical grenade, they can kiss goodbye to their damage reduction.
Enemy unit eliminated.
In addition to having mechs, my other soldiers have also leveled up quite nicely, and this combination has led to some nice and easy victories. So, in times like this, the game decides to ruin my fun, and then out of nowhere, throws a sweet bomb disposal mission at my face again. Last episode, the only thing that separated an utter loss from the final victory was the fact that the aliens missed easy shots, and I don't want to get into that situation again. Since this will be played on the Grand Cemetery, which is a big open map, the strategy is to bring lots of explosives and soldiers with squad sight, because most of the cover will be destructible, and my scouts and snipers will be able to cover big areas. Unfortunately, the pods are very close to the landing site, so there will be heavy fighting from the start. Instead of just picking one side, I decide to go in the middle, because if I'm forced to stand my ground for a couple of turns, I would like to have more options for the node disables.
Enemies rolling up.
The first wave is cleared pretty easily, but the reinforcement arrives soon. The escort units are dropping like flies. But the mutant count stays strong, and my not so subtle tactical maneuvers activate even more aliens. I can make some slow but steady progress. Which forces the left flank to retreat a bit, but Van Dorn has to hold this position all by himself.
Taking heavy fire!
I have to hold on to my momentum, so I keep advancing. But I'm unable to break the right flank, and the alien counterattack is devastating.
Commander, we're detecting an energy buildup.
It's a relief that it's not a straight kill, but now there are 2 timers I have to worry about.
Good work. That'll buy us a little more time, but you still need to find that bomb.
Commander, we're detecting an energy buildup in the area. That bomb is going to reach full power any minute now.
Nobody can reach any nodes. Plus there is possibly 1 mutant on Overwatch. After calculating all the possible scenarios, I find one that might work.
Fuck your mother.
Live and direct, rocking the scene. Breaking on down for the B-boys and B-girls. We're in it, do they thing. Pump it, louder, come on, don't stop. And keep on going, do it. Let's get it on, move it. Come on, baby, do it.
That's the bomb.
Blow my mind, baby.
Bomb disarmed. Pack up and come on home.
Come on, yeah.
My dear viewers, I have to admit, I have made some pretty big blunders in the following 2 missions, and I'm actually embarrassed to tell you what exactly happened, so let me put an RPG spin on the following stories instead. The implementation of the mechs in tactical missions has significantly boosted the morale of the soldiers, so much so that it made them feel almost invincible. After Bradford announced the landing of a smaller UFO, it wasn't received with fear and anxiety as before, but rather with arrogance.
HQ, this is Big Sky. We are in position and awaiting further orders.
Roger that, Big Sky. Strike 1, you are green to deploy. Approach with extreme caution. Current enemy status at the site is unknown.
Shortly after landing, Ivy spots a group of mutants nearby, but there was something off in their appearance. Besides the 2 green armored aliens which were already well known among the troops, there were also 2 bigger ones wearing red armor. There has already been an encounter with this type of mutant on the 2nd transport ship raid, but the troops have eliminated it so quickly that there are no clear data regarding their capability. Based on the lack of ranged weapon and the 2 big fucking blades on each hand, the experts have concluded that it is a melee unit, and they appear to be more tanky than the greens. Since the squad is already well positioned, Raji gives the order to attack.
Wide. Eyes on target.
Ivy tries to take on the approaching beasts, but after the first shot, her shotgun gets jammed, and now her cover is blown. The red mutants are now towering above the young assault, ready to strike, but Mr. Rendo intervenes just in time. And the team even manages to capture one of the greens.
Ride the lightning.
After this successful start, the squad locates all the meld canisters and starts slowly advancing towards the closest one. while Ivy tries to grab the other all by herself, but a big group of floaters seem to guard the precious substance. Before she could secure the canister, Ivy accidentally slips on a wet stone, washed ashore by the nearby stream. The floaters suddenly freeze in their surprise, but before they could react, Naoki Endo, once again, tries to save his fellow teammate, so he charges forward to distract the enemy, giving Ivy enough time to fall back to safety, and for Ivy, safety is right behind Naoki. The flying deformed aliens are not moved by this heroic act, and just like a firing squad, they line up for execution.
I'm being targeted. Taking fire over here. I'd go out like this.
No, damn it! No!
The captured mutant, and all the recovered resources, could not fill the void of that one empty seat, right next to Ivy. This tragedy unfortunately had its effect all across the base, and when the next mission emerged, everyone was feeling quite vengeful.
Our target site is near the German border.
Central, Big Sky in position on approach of the abduction site. Strike 1 is awaiting drop clearance.
Copy that, Big Sky. Strike 1 is cleared to engage hostile targets. Watch your backs out there, people.
Every time that I look in the mirror,
In hand, Commander.
lines on my face getting clearer. The
Я в
past
пути.
is gone.
Вижу противника.
On it went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know everybody sings. You got to lose to know how to win. Half my life's in books, written pages. Live and learn from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Yeah, sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me, just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream it up and dream come true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream until your dream come true.
As the soldiers haven't heard anything suspicious that could also be lurking in the shadows, and because that little bastard has a very good position, Blake, the most hot-headed soldier in the entire assault corps, has simply had enough.
We'll take them together. You're going slowly on the left.
Taking him now.
Fire!